I saw Llama got drip marketed. I completely like, this is, normally be 9 o'clock. This is 8 o'clock with that daylight savings. Yeah, Llama. That doesn't surprise me at all. But yeah, I, she was very obviously going to be 6.0. Denjo, nothing new. But yeah, she's been drip marketed. That came out of nowhere. I also saw that the new March was drip marketed for Star Rail. Looks really cool, but not pulling. Also not pulling Llama, but she does look really fucking pretty. Dendro. Lauma. Evermoon's Sacrament Song, Maiden of the Grove. Um, Grove. That's not an. We haven't heard anything be referred to as a grove. Though they are the indigenous residents of the land, the Frostmoon signs do not seem to fit in with the nod cry of today. They are too ancient, too stuck in their ways, too rooted in worship of a god. That's kind of similar to what Rhymegrass is, isn't it? It's definitely not what they're meaning, but still. Too rooted in worship of a god that they have never seen. They believe that the wintry woods are their shield and sanctuary, and that the light of the full moon can dispel all that ails. They pray to the moon on their lips an eternal refrain. O goddess of the frost moon, when will you answer our wishes? And when they receive only silence, they turn and ask again, O Lady Moonchanter, when will the goddess of the frost moon answer our wishes? Thus did Lauma step out from beneath the shade of the trees into the light of the moon. Thus did the congregation bow before her radiant antler crown and silver-blooded totem. What totem? I mean, we saw that she had silver blood in the Nugcry teaser. We've seen her horns. Totem. Hmm. Thus was she anointed the agent of for an absent god. Cool. She is very fucking pretty. I would pull otherwise, but oh, Nefer talks about her. Under our moonchanters, our fucking Jesus Christ. Under our moonchanter's most benevolent watch, no innocent or animal shall come to harm. Or so I'd like to say, but should the law of the jungle falls away, some sharp-fanged beast will surely be starved to taste of flesh. So that, I mean, yeah, Nefer does seem to be some area, the jungle, rainforest, but she seems to be more desert related, but still. Um, Llama, Evermoon Sacrament Song, Maiden of the Grove. Okay, so all the Nodcry stuff. Okay, so all the Nodcry visions are moon wheels. Interesting. I mean that would explain the lunar reactions. That makes sense. But it's not just an Nefer thing. It's all the Nodcry characters are gonna have moon wheels. So it's gonna be a little while before we get another character with a vision. It seems like. You'd imagine at the very earliest 6.3, maybe a Lanternite character, um, maybe Ping. uh, this would be the absolute worst year for Ping to become a playable character. Fuck, I was running it last year, and now with all these Nograi characters, if Ping does become playable and it's this year, fuck. Um, Constellation Server Nivea. Can't tell what weapon should be. Um, doesn't have one. You could easily say Catalyst. She had the dagger in the trailer, so that could be like maybe a sword. And then maybe that's just part of her skill. Yeah, I'll check again at 8 o'clock. I wonder, because who else would be 6.0? Aino? They typically do 3 characters, right? Well, 1.0 that's an exception. 2.0 was Yoi, Ayaka, and Sayus of 3. Then it was Tainari, Dori, and Kole. Yeah, it's normally, yeah, there's been 3 characters every point .0 patch, so there'll be 3. Um, Llama, obviously, I'd imagine Aino. Who else would be 6.0? Hmm. Who else? Jehoda, maybe? Or Yehoda, whatever the fuck it is? Maybe? I mean, it'd have to be. Like, no offense, but all the other characters are so much more important. So I can't imagine them being 6.0. Maybe Nefer. I think it's Nefer or Yehoda will be the other 6.0 character. Unless they break the pattern and just go 2. I don't think they will though, but yeah, probably Yehoda. Because your Varka would be. I'd like it to be Varka, that'd be cool, but I do think they'll save him for a little bit longer. And then everyone else, like Duran, Nicole, yeah, too important. Flins feels like he's going to be like a point 0.4. Colomina probably like 0.3 as the Archon replacement if they're going to do what they did with, like, could be 0.2, 0.2, 0.3, depending when the Archon quest ends. Well, if it ends. I wonder if they're going to do the same story format as Amphorius. Alice would be. Honestly, these two could be the same fucking time, or Alice could be in the second weekly boss releases for the patch. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it had to be in the Aino and Yehoda, maybe 5-star and then 2 4-stars. But God, like these are the two of the only 4-stars I can imagine out of the patch. Could be the first? Nah, surely not. Surely not. We'll have to wait and see. Check later tonight. Quick old check of the Twitter. Theoretically, should be another drip marketing. In theory. Yeah, okay, it's Aino. Yeah, figured. Nice. I will potentially be pulling. And yeah, she's Hydro. I didn't realize at the time, but yeah, it's visible in the effort demo. I will be pulling unless she's the free 4-star, which she very well could be. I would not be surprised with that at all. Holy fuck, that's a lot of text. My god. What is this title? Clink. Okay, I know. Clinky Clank Gadgets a Go Go, parent of the Clink Clank Crump Cracker Craft Shop. That is a mouthful. Jesus Christ. A chaotic place lashed by howling, frigid winds. Well, we haven't really seen any of that yet, but for many, this is their first impression of Nodcry. But once you familiarize yourself with its rules and patiently explore the land, you'll come to know that it is full of marvelous, wonderful things as well. Yeah. That, like, we haven't really. Yeah, look, Nodcry looks weirdly green compared to what a lot of people were expecting, so. As you shop, you may meet a robot girl making purchases like anyone else, while the clanking of curiously shaped foundries echoes through the markets. If you're lucky enough, you may also catch a glimpse of robots speeding by. Ask around, and you learn that these are all Aino's creations. I guess we did see a couple of them in an FS teaser. If this piques your curiosity and you wish to meet this genius inventor, it's no tall order. Just walk out of Town and head to the outskirts, where a giant metal building awaits. Before even stepping inside, you'll be greeted by a unique aroma, a blend of machine oil, metal, and chromkakes. The smell of home for Aino, who stays here with Nefer, her all-purpose household robot. Aino lives life by a simple creed. Invent interesting mechanical wonders for fun, and when not tinkering away, enjoy the best snack in the world in Nefer's freshly baked crumbcakes. However, not all are lucky enough to meet this genius mechanic. Any who do not appreciate her creations will see the craft shop's door slam shut in their face. Oh god. So before flooding her with endless new requests, maybe shower Aino's designs with some well-deserved praise first. She is literally a fucking child. Otherwise, well, wouldn't it be a shame if disgusting crumbcrackers started popping out of your next mechanical device for whatever reason? She's a fucking gremlin. I love it. Kind of gives Dory vibes in that regard as well. And then she has it. Okay, wrong one. Is this a way of knowing whether they have lunar reactions or not? Because Lauma probably will have a lunar type reaction. She has Moonwheel Dendro. Aino just has a vision. That's bizarre. Or maybe it's just because she's related to each frosting sign is related to the moon. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's not a Nogcry thing. We'll have to wait and see. You wish to know how to make friends with Aino? Analyzing data, generating answer. First, say no to savory kumkakes. Second, admire Aino's inventions. Third, play with Aino often and effort. Hydro cyst what? Cystellular mirror. Or mirror. Okay. This is a solid cast so far for 6.0. There should be another one tomorrow at 2. But I'd be fine if there isn't. Because that would almost definitely mean that Aino could be the free 4-star. Because there is a chance we get 2 4-stars this patch. The next version. So that could make Aino not the free 4-star. Who is the third character, if there is a third character? Every .0 patch has had 3 characters so far, whether it's 2 5-stars, 1 4-star, or 1 5-star, 2 4-stars. Inazuma was 2 5-stars, then it was 2 4-stars, then it was 2 4-stars, then 2 5-stars. Let's see. They could break the pattern. I'm thinking Yehoda or Nefa. Flins! Oh! Oh, shit! Okay. Ratnik. Yeah, Ratniki. Okay, then. That surprises me. I really would have thought he was going to be like a 0.4 or a 0.5. They were going to like leave him for ages. I definitely did not expect 0.0. Wow, okay. That's cool. I will be pulling. Hopefully Aino is on Flins' banner. I don't like how it's been... Because Lauma is definitely a 5-star, then 4-star. Normally they bunch the 5-stars and 4-stars together. This would hint at Flins being more of a 4-star, which is a little concerning, because, like, he looks really fucking cool. He should be a 5-star. He looks really sick. I'm not even going to try that. Shadow Light's Stranger Whites. And obviously Ratniki. During harvest season, no visitor would be considered too strange a guest at the festivities. As the setting sun cast its light over the marketplace, such a scene soon unfolded. A certain gentleman arrived as well, and curious locals soon drew him into their lively conversations. The gentleman introduced himself, Flins, a warrior of the Lightkeepers, yeah? He had been awarded a civilian commendation medal in recognition of his squad's efforts in repelling abyssal creatures. His squad, okay. He really felt like, from the trailer, it felt like he was like very solo, but he has a squad. The incident happened a long time ago, though no one had stepped forward to organize it. The people wordlessly agreed to express their gratitude this way. The medal had been heavy, delivered to him in a time-worn box. Considering how many casualties the operation had racked up, Flynn did not think even 10 medals could do justice to the losses. Okay. There used to be more of them. 7 or 8 in his squad, but now only Flynn's remain. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it did feel like he was very solo from the trailer, so that makes more sense. 7 or 8, fuck, okay. He should be Animo then. But now only Flynn's remained, guarding the cemetery near the lighthouse. For a moment, the crowd fell silent. The story brought to mind many things, the wild hunt, the monsters, as well as other memories that weighed heavily on the heart. Sorrow rendered them speechless. Some others had questions, and so they asked them, but Flins did not answer. He kept his head down, seemingly reminiscing. Compared to other lightkeepers, Flynn spoke with an air of elegance. Yeah, that sounds about right. He did not deign to answer questions about his origins or whether he had any siblings. Instead, he was more inclined to talk about distant, unrelated matters. He had a way of recounting events with perfect measuredness, just as in conversation, never excessive. The past, through his words, made listeners think to themselves, "What an unforgettable tale." Considering the vast majority of his audience lacked much life experience, many who listened to Flins did so out of curiosity, and it just so happened that his actions fit precisely this need. He invariably selected tales perfectly tailored for public retelling. He gives heavy Nouvellette vibes. Very heavy. And even some of this is kind of gives a similar vibe as well. The elegance about him and how he doesn't talk about himself. Interesting. I really did not expect Flins at all. Wow. Eluga? Who the fuck is that? That's a new name. Sir Flins lives in a lighthouse far away from here. He is decisive in action and seems quite tactically adept, or so I hear. Sorry, I can't say for certain. I'm a new joiner and have never worked with him directly. Everything I've heard comes from the Starshiner. You want to know what I think about him? I suppose he's a man with many stories. Don't you find it strange how a warrior like that carries himself with such a refined air? And then there's his expertise in using his eloquence to get what he wants. Starshiner. That sounds familiar. So he has a moon wheel as well. I'm confused about the difference between moon wheels and visions. Because, like, at first, I thought everyone was going to have moon wheels. Because Lauma has one. But then Aino had a vision. So I thought, okay, maybe it's just because she's, a Frostmoon sign connected to that. But now Flins also has one. So I don't know. Hold on, is there? Okay, no, it still looks like the same vision shape regardless of. Is there any difference between when there's a moon wheel or when there's a vision? I can't notice any difference. Also, he has got to be a catalyst, right? Right? Like, come on. Has to be a catalyst. But then he'd be really Nouvellette. He'd really just be Electro Nouvellette. I can't notice any difference. Why would he use a moon wheel? Laterna Vigilus. Huh. Now I don't know if he's going to be 4-star or 5-star, because unless it's just 5-star and 4-star first half, then 5-star second half, maybe they could do that. I could see that being the case. Lauma definitely would be first half. Aino would... Yeah, honestly, I could see that. That's what it should be, because I can't imagine he's a 4-star, right? I mean, granted, all the designs in Nodcry are really fucking good. You could see almost all the characters being 5 stars. Some have got to be 4 stars, so I guess you can see it, but yeah. This is a really good cast for 6.0. All 3 characters I want, I will be pulling 2 of them. Well, we're pulling Flins, and I know hopefully it'll be 3. I'll have to skip Llama. Weapon, like, I can't really tell what weapon's gonna be. Like, they all feel like they could be catalysts. Llama and Flins especially feels like catalyst. I hope Aino's a Hydro Claymore. That'd be sick. Finally getting a Hydro Claymore would be really nice. It's also interesting how we had no Hydro 4 stars for like 2 years, and now we've gotten 2 in like 3 patches. Fucking Dahlia and now Aino. Because, yeah, Aino's definitely a 4-star. Huh. It's got a bit of a Hyper Bloom team actually going on. It'd be funny if they work together. I don't think they will. I feel like Flynn should be Overload, Electro, and then the Light Keep. It's got a bit of a flame in it. Surely that's Overload, right? Overload DPS would be cool. I guess we just had Veressa, though. She's very Overload, but who knows? I know. I really got no clue. Hopefully she works well with an Ephra. That'd be cool. Not that I don't have an Ephra, but it'd still be cool detail. And then, I mean, either using Rhymegrass from the theater or maybe Bloom. Dendro, very blue design. Maybe. But it also, Knockout does feel very different, so they could do something else entirely. So it's really hard to know what is what, but I do really like this cast. I mean, this is like, I don't typically pull in the 0.0 cast. Like 2.0, I didn't pull. 1.0 I didn't pull. 3.0 I pulled Dory. 4.0 I didn't pull, even though I did want Lenny. 5.0 I didn't pull. 0.0 patches typically aren't the ones I'm excited for, but this is, I'm just excited for every knockout character, really, so. This is the best 0.0 cast I've seen, at least in terms of what I look forward to.